Biloxi High. Welcome back to Tribe TV. I'm Sadie Cooksey.
And I'm Madeline Springsteen. Let's get into this week's announcements.
Monday, February 9th, an ACT boot camp will be held on campus at 3:15. Please remember to fill out the Google form with your name and the subject you want to practice in the Google Classroom.
On February 11th, the Career Tech Expo will be held in the practice gym from 8 to 1:30 p.m. Students are encouraged to come explore their options if they're interested in trade school jobs and apprenticeships.
Also on Wednesday, the AFJROTC will be inducting their Kitty Hawks in a ceremony hosted at 2:30 p.m. Those students have worked incredibly hard to be inducted, and we congratulate them for their efforts.
Thursday, February 12th is just as busy, starting with the senior class picture in the courtyard at 10:45. Remember to dress properly to stay warm against this February chill.
February 13th is the BPS Career Day. Please take the time to research and explore your potential jobs options to properly prepare for the future. In addition, the Biloxi Show Choirs will be off to Tupelo for their competition.
Finally, for Saturday, February 14th, the Biloxi Band is also set to march in Crew of Neptune Parade.
That brings us to Mardi Gras break. We'll be out of school from February 16th to the 20th. This week seems to be full of important announcements, but let's see if the school sports schedule is just as packed.
What's up, Biloxi? Welcome back to another sports update.
We've got quite the week ahead of us, so let's not waste any more time.
Starting on Monday, February 9th, basketball will begin their 4-7-8 tournament at D'Iberville. This tournament will go on for the most of the week. Good luck, you guys.
While that's going on, softball will have 2 away games at Pass Christian at 5 and 6:30 p.m.
Then on Tuesday the 10th, the baseball classic will be held here at home at 6 p.m.
There will also be an archery match on Tuesday at 4:30 p.m.
Moving on to Wednesday, the 11th, softball has 2 home games against Gaucher at 5 and 6:30 p.m.
On Thursday, February 12th, baseball has a home game against Rummel at 6 p.m. There will also be an archery match at Pass Christian at 5 p.m., as well as 2 softball games at Van Cleve at 5 and 6:30 p.m.
Basketball tournament will end on Thursday also. And the softball tournament at West Harrison will begin on Friday the 13th. There will also be another baseball classic on Friday.
On February 14th, baseball players will be celebrating Valentine's Day on the field against Madison Ridgeland Academy at 1 p.m.
And that wraps up sports for this week. Have a great week.
And a great Valentine's Day.
Thanks, Emma and Alan. This month is a perfect time to appreciate Black culture, historical figures, and important community landmarks. One of our reporters, Lyric, wanted to shine the spotlight on some buildings in Biloxi that have played a critical role in that Black history for the South. Here's her with that segment now.
For Black History Month, Tribe TV has decided to visit important places in Biloxi to help kids and even locals understand the history that surrounds us each day. Hi, I'm reporter Lyric James from Biloxi High School. Starting off, we went to Biloxi Little Theater. Despite what others may or may not know, Biloxi Little Theater has a lot of history that goes to show that historical buildings are around us and we never even notice. We asked 2 members of Biloxi Little Theater to tell us a little more about the place and about the production that they put on, Trouble in Mind.
My name is LaWanda Jones. I am the Assistant Director for Trouble in Mind as well as the President of Biloxi Little Theater.
And I am Toy Smith, and I am producer and stage manager.
So BLT came to life in 1946, where it became Biloxi Little Theater, but this is actually a historical building from the 1920s, and it used to be a church. And it was not a church that you would think would fit in this demographic of the neighborhood. So there is some back history where a lot of the minorities in this community did not come to this because it was a predominantly white church in a predominantly Black neighborhood. So there has always kind of been that history behind it. And so over the years, BLT has worked very hard to show that we are an inclusive theater and that we are producing shows and things that we're not afraid of a challenge of a topic. We want to be able to touch everybody across the community, and that's how we've started to grow our diversity and becoming the theater on the coast that is willing to make those challenges and do those shows and open their door to everybody. So yeah, we're actually in a historical building, and the actual stage in this area was the sanctuary of the church. And so we have turned it in to the stage in the theater because it is still so relevant. We keep doing the same things, repeating history and not looking at people as people. And it is so relevant right now, not only in the performing arts industry, but across the board, where minorities, and that includes women, are still struggling to find that equality. We are not afraid of the challenge of showcasing that here on the Gulf Coast. We are known for bringing in those shows that stop to make you think. And sometimes it's what you have to do. You have to stop and think, and you might even see yourself in some of it, and it could sting a little bit.
But at the end of the day, it has to be about the talent. We have to stop making it about race. We have to stop making it about gender. At this point, one of the things that I love about BOT is that we've had a lot of amazing shows, and it was nothing but women of all races, all ages, and it allows us to show the community and show the world that we're not in a place where once you hit the glass ceiling, that's as far as you can go. We have a lot of women directors at this theater. We're very open to all diversities. So again, I love it.
To learn a little more about Trouble in Mind, we asked 2 actors about their perspective on Trouble in Mind and their roles as characters in it.
I'm Michelle Brown. I play Willetta.
I'm Casey Farver. I play Millie.
Trouble in Mind is a play that is based on a play within a play. The main characters also have to play another character in the play, and they have some issues with how the play is being written. Willetta has played stereotypes her entire career. That's what she's done. She's played the maid, she's played the housekeeper, and in all of that time, she has never been seen as a woman, not just a African American woman, but simply as a woman. And I think today, even now, we as women of color still have those same issues of being seen, of being heard, of being valued, being appreciated. So I think that when people come to see this play, it sparks conversation, it sparks self-evaluation.
Yeah, and I think to kind of even piggyback on that, I think it shows that even with how far we've come, we still have so much more work that we have to do, because we're still living, as she said, as even Black women, women of color, we are still fighting to be seen, valued, and heard. Not even just with people who are, whites, right? But even in our own race, we're fighting to be seen and heard. But I think just for people, we can say, one person can really change the world, but it takes all of us coming together.
Check out more of Biloxi Little Theater's programs. They have shows for everyone. See you next week.
That was wonderful, Lyric. Now let's celebrate the Indians having birthdays this week.
That's all from us at Tribe TV.
Make sure to tune in next week, same time, same tribe.
See you next week.